Welcome back to It's Not That Serious. I'm Madison.
And I'm Christina K. I don't know why that felt so weird. It was so much eye contact.
It was. I maybe by week 10 we'll get it down. Maybe. We'll see.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
We realized that maybe y'all don't know that much about us. Because
No.
Christina, you have your community and I have my community, and
Don't lie. Someone said, Madison, we don't know shit about you guys. You need to tell us more. What is happening? You're just going to jump in like this? And I'm all, yeah, why not?
That's correct. So we got some feedback, like, who are you? You should introduce yourself. And that's not 100% our style. So we're going to go with like more fun Q&A typed episode and keep it authentic to us and let you guys know some more cool stuff about us, I guess.
I wanted you to authentically feel us out like you would have to in the wild. But apparently the people are like, no, we want to get to know you immediately right now. And you're like, that feels creepy.
You guys are stage 5 clingers.
little sneaky little Sallies out there.
You wanna love me. You wanna date me. You wanna marry me. That's such a good movie, dude. Sandra Bullock is a beast. Question number 1. How old are you?
It's none of your damn business.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, like, I know how old you are.
It's just a weird way to, like, start it off. I feel like we're in elementary school. Like, okay, how old are you?
Yeah.
What is your mommy's name?
I feel like that's just an easy question for people to ask. Like, people are genuinely curious how old people are online, I feel like. I'm always wondering that when I see people. Do you not wonder that?
Never in my life do I give a shit what your age is.
I often wonder that. Like, I'll see a new creator and then I see like how old their kids are and stuff. I'm like, I wonder how old they are.
I guess I wonder it when it's needed for context.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'm out there. Like, if I'm looking at someone and I'm like, that doesn't look like a good age gap, then I'm wondering your age. I'm judging it probably too. But that's anyway, fucking 31.
And I'm 30. I'm turning 31 on March 14th. Pisces.
My birthday's coming up.
It is coming.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. Literally nothing. 31 doesn't feel like as special as 30. 31's kind of like meh, you know?
What do you think of, like, I feel like 30 sounded fun. 31, you're just like, I don't know. It sounds like 23, you know? 31 sounds like 23. 32 sounds cute. It sounds like something fun's going to happen at 32. I don't know what, but it sounds like fun. Yeah, 33, though, I don't know why 33 and 34 feel pretty. Like, you're pretty on those years.
You are poised at 30,
you are like, you are just glowing in your elegance. You're out of the, like, I don't know, awkward second phase, the adult puberty, but then, I don't know, you're not starting your next transition of life yet. Like, you're in your prime adulthood at like 33, 34. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then from there, I don't really have any thoughts. I haven't gotten that far yet.
It's all downhill.
No, it's not. Because I feel that way about, I guess I just feel that way about the beginning of the decade. Because I feel the same way about your 40s. I'm like, your early 40s sound great. But then like the tail end of all of your decades just sound rough. Okay, they sound like we're
47?
learning. We're
Fuck yeah, I'm 47.
38, bro. Everyone who's 38's all, I fucking hate you guys.
Age is just a number, okay? What does Christina say? Always.
Your looks are gonna fade, your humor is forever.
Bingo.
Look at me and my hair right now, okay? Look, half of my hair is dead and I'm hanging on to it. Who gives a shit? Looks are gonna fade.
It's fine. How did you meet your husband?
You start that. It sounds more fun when you do it.
Okay. I met my husband on vacation in Mexico. A lot of people know the story, so I won't do a whole story time.
Story time.
We'll do the cliff notes, okay? I was engaged. I got dumped. I still went on my bachelorette party. Boom. I met David. We did long distance. Then we eloped, and we've been together ever since. That's it.
That was a very good cliff note.
Yeah, it's cliff notes.
I'll cliff note it like that too.
Yeah.
Technically, Taylor and I went to high school together. We didn't fucking talk. We knew each other's names. That was it. Just we had a big graduating class, like 500 fucking plus kids in our graduating class alone. So
Same.
I don't need to know every damn person. That being said, we ended up like meeting multiple times over the years at random events and gatherings that miscellaneous friends had had. And then one day he asked me on Facebook to go out with him, and I politely declined. And then exactly 1 year later, I had a dream that said you should date him, basically. And I was like, all right, I'll listen to you, universe. And then we fucking got married on Thursday, like at the courthouse, like 4 years later, thanks to some paperwork.
Honestly, I love a good courthouse wedding. We got married on the
Well, we
beach.
didn't even get married at the courthouse. We just fucking took the papers there like later that day with our baby. Like
Yeah.
we took it to a friend. I dropped off my baby and the paperwork to my friend in the morning. And then he picked up our baby and the paperwork. She was our observant. We just signed all the papers in our own time when we had free time. We
That's
had
so
work that
cool.
day.
Do you know in Colorado, your dog can be a witness? So you can literally go to the mountains and elope with your fucking dog, and then
I
you're married.
really tried to get Duke to be our officiant, and he said no.
Aw, what a dick.
I mean, our witness. And he was like, no, we're not going to Colorado just so Duke could be the witness. I'm like, I feel like that's a good witness.
Yeah, it'd be cool. You'd put their little paw print. It's cute. Look at us. Last week we're like, fuck these dogs. This week we're like, oh, they'd be so cute. Or maybe that was 2 weeks ago. I don't remember anymore. Let's be real. Every day I'm like, fuck these dogs. Do you enjoy being a stay-at-home mom?
That feels like a loaded question. Is there a right or wrong answer, sir?
Rapid fire answer.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate at all, or that's you're
Nah,
good with?
I'm
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
You go.
I enjoy being a part-time stay-at-home mom. Yes. Full-time is I'm not the best version of myself, if I'm being honest with everyone in the room, including me. I'm good being a stay-at-home mom 3 days a week and then having my husband home on the weekends. Yeah. But I do love it.
Oh, do I have to put that caveat in there? I prefer when my
No.
husband's not working overtime.
No, they get
Excuse
it.
me. And I also would absolutely love if a grandparent took a kid once a week. You know, like home.
Yes.
I loved working part-time. It's just not in the
Yeah.
cards right now. Like, I agree with you. But
Yeah.
overall, I would say if it's work or be a stay-at-home mom, I'm picking stay-at-home mom. That's why I just said
100%.
yes.
Yes. Do you ever think of doing an OnlyFans?
No. What?
It's one of the questions, bro.
Oh, I thought you were just asking me.
Listen, I've never thought about doing an OnlyFans because, like, no, it's the fucking internet. That's out there forever. But I've told David so many times to let me put my feet out there, and he's like, no, I don't want weirdos looking at your feet. What if they can find you?
Really? Taylor's over here like, babe, let me see your feet. And he's like, those are good enough. Let's get some pictures of them.
Dude, no, David is like, no, those are my feet and my feet only. And no one else can see your feet. I'm like, all right, we could potentially make some money. But apparently it's an oversaturated market on Feet Finder.
It just seems like a lot of work for very little payout. And look, I'm already in one of those jobs as a content creator. You want me to now put effort on my feet? Absolutely not.
Oh, God. If you could tell your newly postpartum self one thing, what would it be?
You got an answer for that already?
I think I have an answer for this. Yes. It would be to just let them do what they're gonna do. I feel like when I was a first-time mom, I hyper-focused on all of the milestones and it really stressed me out. Again, you would never know when I'm stressed unless you're Christina and you get my audio notes. But other than that, you don't know. I carry myself very well. So nobody knew how stressed out I was. But on the inside, I was like, oh my God, she has to meet every milestone. And I was just over consumed by it. So I would tell myself to just fucking chill, like relax. Your baby's gonna be fine, and to like follow that gut instinct versus Google.
Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah.
I guess I
Me
would tell
too.
myself you're doing a good job.
That's great advice. We all need to hear that more.
I think I was really good at trusting my gut and I felt very confident as a mom. But like you
Mhm.
said, I had all the same, like I carried myself very well, but it was just inside worry 24/7 over
Yeah,
things that no one else was worried about. And it
I
was
know.
like, in hindsight, I'm like, I wish I just would have sat and enjoyed it more instead
Yeah,
of sitting in the worry. Because it was like I was doing all the things that looked like I was enjoying myself in the moment with her, but it was like inside, I'm like, when we wake up, we gotta read, we gotta
yeah,
look at
you're
some
hyper
color
focused.
charts. We gotta make sure your arms are strong enough to crawl.
We have to do tummy time. We have to
Yeah,
do
like,
black and
oh,
white
I need to go
contrast.
take you outside because you haven't been outside today and you need some vitamin D and also enrichment and you can't be in, like, just, oh my God. If I could just go back anything, I would be like, you're doing great, babe.
Doing
Good
great.
job. Slap
Yeah.
her ass, get her a cup of coffee, you know?
Yeah, she'd probably like that. Well, I don't
Tell
know.
her a
I don't know.
joke.
I don't know if she'd like a slap on the ass being freshly postpartum. I would not. I would
A
not.
slap on the ass is always a good time in my book.
That's good. All right.
My
Um,
boobs, though, don't fucking touch them. Get out of here.
Dude, breastfeeding ruined that. It's I've talked to so many different moms, especially when you're like nursing, when you're actively nursing, it feels so weird to have them touched,
I didn't do it, so I don't know. Couldn't imagine.
which is fine.
Oh yeah, no, we can have that. If someone wants to fight me on that, come at me. I've got so much for you. I'll have a whole very good educated conversation with you. I don't care.
This is a good question for you.
Me? Good, because I have one for you.
Oh, okay, good. How will you explain gardening to your kids?
It's medicine. It's
I like
quite
that.
honestly medicine. I don't know. I guess I would just explain it the way I explain everything. Everything is good, and not everything is good. Everything in moderation, and trust your body and trust your gut and listen to your body and listen to your gut. And that's, mommy and daddy use it for reasons that help, different things. It helps with aches, it helps with pains, it helps, ease our mind. It helps so that we can sit and play with you instead of worry or whatever. I don't know. My
Yeah.
child is not quite there yet. My youngest one is not quite there yet, and our
Hmm.
oldest one has already had that conversation, I believe. Look, that's a conversation his dad and his mom have to have. That's not a me
You get
conversation.
to tap out of that one.
I get to tap out as the stepmom on that one. There are certain things as a step parent you get to just be like, "Oh, this is how we're approaching this. Cool."
Yeah. I think this question exists because there's still such a if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about marijuana. That's
I've
what gardening
smoked
is.
pot, guys. I need you guys all to know right now before we go forward. I have not only smoked pot, I continue to enjoy it regularly. So if that's going to be a problem between us, I'm sorry. I don't
Some
have a problem with
people
you.
some people don't know what gardening is. They think it's actually fucking gardening. So I
Did you
just
see
want
that TikTok where that lady had told her husband she wanted to just garden after the kids went to bed? She's like, I've been so stressed lately. I've been so busy lately. I haven't had time to myself and I haven't had time to unwind and relax. And I just want to garden after these kids go to bed. And she comes out from putting the kids to bed. And this man has a fucking gardening center set up at their kitchen table. And she's like, who's going to break it to him that I just want to just smoke pot?
literally. It's so funny. But I think this question exists because of the stigma around weed. And it's weird because that stigma doesn't exist in wine culture.
I
Like it's
guess
totally normal to go have a drink of wine to take the edge off. And I feel like we're doing a good job at breaking that stigma, but it is still there.
I
People are
guess I
like,
forgot it
"Oh,
was there.
yeah.
I'm quite literally so saturated in it. Like
Yeah, you're
in that
Italian."
it's not there. It
Yeah.
hasn't been there for a long time. I've been trying to workshop a bit that one of my favorite places to go is the Garden Depot because it's quite literally all walks of life having a good time under one building.
I bet. Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I'm with you. I think everything in moderation is okay. maybe not everything. There are some, intense drugs that you should probably stay away from.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm gonna say. I feel like I got detoured so much, but in general, when I'm gonna talk to my daughter about it, I'm guessing she's going to be, I don't know. I would guess around the age of, I don't fucking know. It would have to be, I
I
guess
don't
she'd have
know.
to ask me a question and then we would go based age appropriately from there,
Yeah,
you
maybe
know?
middle school. I mean, I was learning
I guess
about
yeah, like
cigarettes and stuff.
I
Yeah.
would talk about it with her around 10 or 11 before you get to that like adolescent time to make sure she
Hmm.
knows what it is if it had not come up before then, but if she had found anything, before then and she asks what it is, then I'll age appropriately just say like it's mommy medicine or it's daddy medicine or just kind of be like that's it.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
Just that's what it is. There's just some shit that's not for you. Dude, I don't fucking know. Like,
Same with fucking Advil. Okay, like you
yeah,
can
like
have
that's what it
Advil, and
is.
yeah,
Exactly.
it
It's
is
you're
fine.
just I put it in the wrong spot. My bad, homie.
I think it's only a big deal if you make it a big deal, right?
Honestly, I don't know. I I guess it's such a weird conversation to me cuz like it was something my parents always grew up talking to me about so openly and they didn't want me smoking pot, but they were very like some people use it as medicine. Some people do this, They were both honest that they've done it.
Uh,
And I was just like, "Oh." And then that was that. Whenever you're old enough, have fun if you want to try it.
Listen, if you've
So,
never tried it, you should try it. Unless you don't want to. Obviously, no one's peer pressuring you, but if you are the slightest bit interested, go for it.
my
It's
only suggestion is to make sure that you are in a safe place with a
yeah.
safe person. And a safe person it doesn't mean somebody who's going to necessarily keep you safe. You don't need a bodyguard. You need somebody who's going to be okay with whatever mental state you end up in.
Yeah.
That's a safe person.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. The first time I got higher than a kite, I sank into my chair
Yeah.
and I was stuck in a conversation between not my grandpa and not my aunt. I was at somebody else's family barbecue. I was at my dad's best friend's family barbecue because his best friend it's his best friend. We were always with his family growing
Yeah.
up. And my god sister and I got in the front yard and we got high together. I was like 23 and I was like, "Oh, well my parents are going to drive me home tonight, so like I could get high in the front yard." It's fine. We're at a family barbecue. So this is like a safe place. So I got higher than a kite and I just don't they were talking about something serious and I was stuck there cuz I didn't know how to move my body and I didn't know where
Yeah.
to go cuz I didn't have a safe person. I was just
Yeah.
alone in my highness and I
And you
looked
find
over
out.
to the pool and I see my god sister and Bob in the water, my dad's best friend, and they're laughing at me. And I then get paranoid and they get out of the pool and they're like, "Let's go get food." And that's when it sets in that I'm starving.
Yes.
And luckily we were at a barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, the munchies are, oh God, what a great little venture that is every time. And then you find out what you like and what you don't like. Like, I personally don't like to smoke it. I don't. I like my THC drinks and I like gummies, but that's just what I like. That's what I prefer. And you find out what you like. And that kind of goes into this question too. What's your go-to beverage? I already know yours.
What's mine?
Pamos?
That's not my go-to beverage.
No? To take the edge off?
Oh, well, you didn't finish your sentence. You just said, "What's
Oh,
my
I
go-to
didn't.
beverage?" I'm like, fucking water. What the hell? I can't be drinking Palmos 24/7. You're making me sound like an addict.
Go-to beverage to take the edge off. Pamos.
Oh.
Pamos, sponsor us.
Yeah. Then yeah. To take the edge off, absolutely. Palmos,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Pamos
She
is the
said,
best.
can we do go-to beverage now? Because now I need to like set the record
Yeah.
straight.
Your go-to beverage is water? Yeah, same.
Like,
Yeah.
but how do you like your water? Do you want room temperature? Do you want it iced? Do you want it
I
not iced but cold?
I'm a cold water person. Yeah.
Okay.
Cold water.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, same. I don't want ice in
Cold
it
water.
necessarily though. That's too cold.
Yeah. It does ice doesn't have to be in there, but I do like it cold.
I
Okay,
just want
wait,
to be able to
you
chug it every once in a while. I feel like if it
yeah.
has ice in it, you can't chug it. But if it's
Too cold.
cold, you can.
Get it back. Mm-hmm. Do you have a question for me now?
I do. This one, this one only because it was very specific. How to bring your sex life back after having a baby, and I feel like you're better at that than I am because you had one back to back.
Yeah, God.
So,
That question is actually on my list too. So
okay.
people are very interested in this topic, which makes sense, right? Like you see online all these couples that look like they have their shit together, and you're like, oh God, are we doing it enough? And me and Christina have had this conversation before. We're never gonna tell the internet like what is a good amount to do weekly or what we do weekly, because there are some things that you just keep private in your marriage, right? But to feel that spark again, I feel like you do have to love your partner the way that they want to be loved. And when you do that, it makes your partner want to love you the way that you want to be loved. And you get that exciting energy back. Like one thing that David and I do when he gets home, we embrace for 10 seconds. So we're hugging or we kiss or just embrace for 10 seconds, and that is a long enough time to be like, you know?
That was
And
a
it's just
clear
a
whistle. I
little
liked it.
it's enough to feel intimate, and it's just a hug. And I think that I don't know. I feel like obviously your your sex life is going to change when you have small kids. It just fucking is. It's harder to make time for each other. You have 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, some of you people have 5 kids. You got 10 eyeballs, extra eyeballs looking at you, and you got to figure out the proper time to do it. And then after a long day at work and you don't want to do it, you just want to go to bed or you don't want to be touched. So I think when you actually do start prioritizing yourself and prioritizing the way that your spouse wants to be loved, it naturally starts to come back.
I think that was
What's your
very
take?
nice. My take is always the same. Everything goes back to you should make sure that you're married to your best friend and
Yeah.
always fall on your friendship because there's going to be times where, and I say that because what Madison pointed out is what's right for me in my marriage might not be right for you, which is why I'm not going to tell you a number or I'm going to tell you an amount or what's normal or what's not. I don't want anybody to compare themselves to me, and I don't want to compare myself to anyone else. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to go to my husband, and I think you should too, because this is how you bring your sex life back. And you just say, hey, these are the ways I like to feel connected, and these are the ways I would like to connect with you. And hopefully they are mature enough to say the same thing. And just if you guys are friends at the end of the day, it's truly as simple as that. And then
Mm-hmm.
you take the necessary actions and you go forward from there. But it always just comes back to communicating with your friend. I think I always just approach it as like, I miss you. I miss you.
Yeah.
And he kind of approaches it the same way, like, I miss you. And it's like, okay, I hear you. Let's figure out how we can make that missing stop.
Yeah.
And however that feels right, however that works in your schedule, however it pans out for you, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what someone else does. It doesn't matter how many times somebody else does it or what they're doing or, like I think people need to hear more often that you just need to clearly communicate with your partner that you miss them or that you're interested in this and reestablish your boundaries after, becoming these new people that are parents because you're
Yeah.
both going to have new things that maybe you like and don't like.
100%. I think
I
you
have
also just have to have a mutual understanding that when you're in the thick of it,
into the thick of it.
your your sex life is going to ebb and flow. It just is. That's the reality of raising small humans, and comparing yourself to another couple online is going to steal your joy away. Comparison is the thief of joy. So if you're going to take anything from that advice, let it be, or that answer, I guess, it's like what Christina said, just find what works for you and your spouse. Make sure that you feel loved, make sure that they feel loved, and then you'll get that connection back. You'll get that spark back.
And
So
when in doubt, just go lay on top of them. I do
yeah.
that. It's nice. You just kind of like a body double for a second. All of your body part is touching. You can be clothed. We always are. And then you're just kind of there like a dead fish laying together, not knowing your fate. Are we going to go to the fish market? Are we going to get pushed back in? And you just kind of lay there together until something breaks your consciousness. Sometimes you get to lay there and snuggle. And then
Yeah.
sometimes a kid cries. But either way, you got to connect.
Snuggling is so nice. I love the nights that I get to like actually snuggle with David because lots of times we have a toddler in between us. So the days that we get to snuggle or like our feet are touching at the bottom of the bed, like snuggling with our toes. Yeah, but you're not alone. Every no matter what you see online, I think every marriage goes through it. And yeah,
Every relationship, kids are not kids. Like, don't let people without
yeah,
kids fool you. I've been in relationships without children before. You're not just doing it all the time. Like, what the hell?
yeah,
Or, I don't know, like, it's quite literally, you are the captain on this ship. Steer it the way you want. Or
you
you're
are.
co captain at least.
I am the captain now.
You both get to look at each other and say that every once in a while in the bedroom.
Okay, let's switch gears.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
I have a completely different gear switch. What
All
are we
right.
doing about body hair? Are we shaving it? Are we waxing it? Are we keeping it? That's what the people
God.
want to know.
In the wintertime,
And
I would
they're talking about any. They're saying
yeah.
lip, they're saying eyebrows, they're saying legs, whatever.
Eyebrows, I don't pluck them. I don't do anything anymore. I don't give a shit. I don't give one flying shit. They're
Get
just
closer to the camera.
they're just if you go look
That's
at my
not
videos,
giving
which
a shit.
yeah, no, like
Beautiful.
they're I let the hair be there. I like the fluffy brow look, so don't let it bother me. I've never done anything to my upper lip. I just have like baby peach fuzz. I dermaplaned my face, but never my upper lip.
Humble brag.
Woohoo!
Me and my 5 o'clock shadow have been friends with a razor for years.
Yeah, I've never shaved the mustache. Not because I don't know, I just haven't. It's very blonde, so it's never bothered me.
Mm.
Armpits, I have to shave these bad boys every day. Every fucking day I have to shave my armpits. It's the most annoying thing, and the postpartum stench is so real. It's so real. I just be smelling like onions still.
You know, I feel like you
Still.
win some, you lose some. Like you don't have the upper lip to worry about, but then you got the armpits.
I got the
So you
armpits.
gotta
I
you
got the
gotta take your
armpits.
battles.
Yeah.
Like I
Like
always had to worry about the I'm trying to think of what to call this.
the upper lip.
No, just the like just this part. Just the outer edges of your upper lip. I get
Mm-hmm.
dark black hairs.
Mm,
So I've always just kinda let's just we gotta get those. We can't
yeah.
keep those there.
Yeah. Legs are staying hairy in the wintertime. I'm sorry. I don't have the energy to shave my legs unless I have some sort of event to go to. My legs are getting shaved like maybe once every 5, 6 weeks. It is what it is.
Genetically, as I age, I get less and less leg hairs every year. And I've
Me
looked at my
too.
mom's legs. She ain't shaving her legs. We're golden. I don't care. You can't see them. And if I'm tan, oh my God, in summertime, people will be like, oh, how long's it been since you've shaved your legs? I'm like, 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, you're wearing shorts? And I'm like, where are the leg hairs? They're like at my ankles. I only have to shave my ankles and my knees.
I actually do get some long hairs around my ankles. That's
They're
do you shave
so long and hairy there.
do you shave your toes?
Yeah, the big toe.
Same.
Just
Yeah.
the big toe.
Yeah, I shave that bad boy.
I pluck my eyebrows, but only like the loose ones that come down here. I just kind of keep my natural brow and
Yeah. I
but I've
like
been doing that since I'm high school. I've just
of
never
course.
changed my routine. Like literally whatever body hair routine I adapted in high school, I've kept. I just kept it. There's no updating that.
If it
You
ain't
want me to
broken, don't
update that?
yeah, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. You know?
I can't
It
be
works, it
bothered.
works. Yeah.
Again, back to the comparison thing. I don't care what anyone else is doing. I'm doing what works for
Yeah.
me.
I will say, and this isn't to shame anybody that is hairy, but like I'll never be one of the hairy girls. I just like the hairy pits and a bush, and I don't like the feeling. I like being shaved.
Yeah.
So
It's itchy.
yeah,
I've already gotten so used to not having armpit hair there. The second it starts growing, I'm like, I'm itchy.
yeah.
I don't like it.
And I don't like whenever you put your deodorant on, if there's like stubble, I don't like the
Oh,
way.
I don't like when my husband steals my deodorant. Like if he runs out and he uses it, I just watch the hairs get locked and
Yeah.
loaded in the is that not gross to you? Like,
It's
ew,
just
you're just coating that fucking hair, that
yeah.
nasty armpit hair. And why is it so soft?
It is so,
Why is it so like fuzzy, like
it
a
makes
troll doll
me
hair?
it makes me smell more. I'm already dealing with postpartum body odor. If I want to do my best to control that bitch,
Yeah.
I gotta stay shaved everywhere. Everywhere that, you know what we're talking about.
Anyway, she said, on to the next question.
Will we ever have guests on the show, on the podcast?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. We see. We see.
Do we
Maybe it's
not
a mystery.
entertain you enough?
I think it would be cool eventually. Yeah. What's your stance on farting in public?
I don't care. Live and let live. There's more room in this big old world than there is in my tiny little body. Let it out.
Listen,
Now,
I
that being said, don't fucking go to a group of people and crop dust them, okay? But like, if you're in pain alone in the snack aisle and you're like, you haven't seen anyone in a while, you gotta let a little bit out. It's okay. I'm not judging you.
dude, if I'm in public and I have to, first off, I've trained my body to do it silently.
How?
So I
You
just
teach the class that?
I think it's just something you have to learn. Like you got to learn how to move around to make it come out silent.
She's
God,
all fucking lunging.
if David listens to this episode, he's gonna divorce me. We don't fart in front of each other.
What?
We don't. We don't fart in front of each other. We don't poop in front of each other. When he goes like number two in the washroom, he cleans the
The
toilet.
washroom?
I know that's so fucking Canadian. He washes the toilet. I never see like remnants of his poop. It doesn't exist in our
I
marriage.
mean, that's beautiful. I love
It is.
that.
It is.
But
Yeah. But
that's
yeah, no.
insane.
No, but I will, if I'm in public and I have to, I'll first let it out silently. And then if there's people around, I'm like, oh, Rose. Oh my God. Just blame the kids. Oh my God. You
Oh,
know?
I
Yeah.
love that. Just blame them. Why not?
I mean, shoot. Old people walk around they'd be farting. Have you ever been in a store and there's like an old lady next to you and she just lets one rip and you're like, whoa, holy hell. Like they
I
don't
don't
give a
know.
shit. They don't,
My
maybe they
toddler is
can.
like that.
Yeah. Do you miss life before kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
The
But not like
convenience.
not in a way that like I wish I didn't have kids, just in like that was a fun period of my life that I didn't appreciate the way I should have when I
Yeah.
had its opportunity.
You don't
Just as life
appreciate
fucking goes.
you don't appreciate the freedom that you have when you have it.
Yeah.
The
I was
simple
actually
things.
thinking the other day about how mad I am that I spent my money on food so much.
Oh
Like,
my
I'm
God.
so mad. I could have done so many cooler things had I just fucking stopped going to Taco Bell. I swear to God, I wish I was kidding. Had I just shut the fuck up about Taco Bell for, I don't know, a month?
We
2
couldn't.
months?
We couldn't go without it.
God.
Huh.
And honestly, it was proof. I literally did shut the fuck up about Taco Bell for a couple months. And you know where I ended up? Portland on a distillery tour with my friends for a fun weekend.
Wow.
Because I just stopped. There wasn't my life anymore. It was fucking stuffing my face with food. I went and had adventures.
Yeah.
And I ended up fucking getting myself a man and shit.
Dude, I literally, when I was finishing college, so I was a nanny and then I transitioned into a leasing consultant for apartments. And I got a free apartment, okay? I got free fucking housing. And I don't have a nickel. I don't have a penny. I didn't save shit. I was living La Vida Loca. I literally was having the best time just spending all my money. I didn't save anything. And I had free rent for God, 3, 4 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Didn't
Yeah.
save anything. Had the time of my life. Yeah, it was great. But didn't save jack shit. So, if I could go back, I would have saved, but we don't have time travel yet. Or maybe we do. We don't know it. Let's see. What is something that scares you about raising kids in this world?
Everything.
You said that like sadness from Inside Out. Everything.
I'm sorry. Do you have a better answer than that?
Yeah. Yeah, from like a safety aspect. Is that a word? Aspect? Did I just make that up?
No, that's
It's a word? Why does it sound so weird coming out of my mouth? I think from a safety standpoint, that's what I was
because
trying to say.
you're getting stuck on the word ass.
Yeah. We're so immature. Ass.
That's not a real word. It has ass in it, right? No, that's still a real word.
Still real.
I can't put it in here.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that say I couldn't have kids because I don't want them growing up in this world, right? People say that all the time. But I think if you worry too much about what could happen, you stop living.
Preach.
You know, my dad always tells me do not live in a what if world. He has been beating that into my brain, not literally, but you know, mentally beating that into my brain since I was a kid. I would always say, "But what if?" And he'd say, what if you die tomorrow, Madison? What if you get hit by a bus tomorrow?" I'm fucking 7, like, "Oh God, okay, Dad." But great lesson. Great lesson.
Really
Intense 90s,
traumatized it into me.
intense 90s dad style parenting, but we appreciate
It locked
it.
in. It locked in.
Locked in this noggin. What if I die tomorrow? You know, like some things are just out of our control. So while yes, it is scary. It is scary to have. It's scary to have children. Period, because you love them more than anything in the world. It's your heart on the outside of your body. And you can do everything in your power to keep it safe, but at the end of the day, it's kind of up to the elements, right?
Can we talk about the real fear every parent has that they don't want to say?
What?
We don't want to raise a serial killer. Like for the most part, everybody, yeah, generally wants to raise a good person, but good is neither here nor there, right? That's like a vague term. Someone can look at your kid and be like, they're the best person on earth, and then someone else can look at your kid and be he's like a fucking asshole. I hate that guy. You know, like it's all fucking objective. But I think our main goal in life is to not end up with like just a truly not well child that grows up, you know? Like that's really scary because like you don't know when you
And
don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen in life. You don't know what traumatized, like you said, you don't know what traumatizing things that could happen. Like you just hope honestly for the best that everything keeps going well.
dude, that's why like that movie that I've talked about it so many fucking times, the movie Beautiful Boy crushed my soul. It split my heart in half because you just see how much love a parent has for their child, for that child to just end up on a path that they didn't want that child on, right? And it's like that's heartbreaking, but sometimes that's just what happens. I don't know. I don't know how you tackle that until you're in it. But yeah, it's fucking scary. Yeah, it's fucking scary.
Or no, I don't touch on that subject. That's a subject for another day.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can say it is very, very scary.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And you do just kind of accept it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that it could go for anything, right? It could be.
No, truly,
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
be.
It could be anything. It could be anything along the way that your kid gets into that is just
Not great.
not great, and it steers them.
Whenever I moved to Canada and like told my parents, literally I gave them 3 days notice. Okay, I said I'm eloping and then I'm moving to Canada, and they were like, okay. I remember my dad telling me this. My dad's just got great
That's
advice.
intense. Are
Yeah.
you
I
shitting
know.
me?
I know. I
What would
know.
you do if Rose did that to you?
I'm tying her up, fucking hog style. You're not going anywhere. Sorry, little lady. You're not going anywhere. Or I would follow her. Me and David have already had that conversation. We're like, you're not going to Mexico because we can't risk you finding the love of your life and running off, to fucking Italy with him. It's just, no. You can't go anywhere. You are not allowed because I can't imagine. But my dad told me the hardest part about raising kids is that they don't necessarily follow the path that you have in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have this vision for how you think your life is going to look, which includes your children growing up and becoming adults and how you're going to be a grandparent. And you put out this whole vision board in your mind, but your kids get to do whatever they want. And
Everyone has free will.
it doesn't always line up. And he said that's the hard part about being a parent. You're going to get it one day. But the hardest part is just letting them do what makes them happy, not what makes you happy. And I was like, oh, now I get it because I'm a mom.
Yeah, it was like I feel like you start getting it every single day. I think about my mom and I'm like, I understand that now. I understand that now.
Oh, my mom wasn't crazy. You really do have to clean this fucking house every single day.
My mom wasn't crazy. I really did ask her 9,000 questions in 5 minutes. She was not exaggerating. I believe you now, mother.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, having kids will humble your ass real fucking quick. Um, how many times have you been recognized out in the wild?
Once.
Once?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't been recognized a lot, but I will say I really enjoy it. I like when people come say hi to me. Makes me happy.
How many times have you? Twice? 3 times? She's all 9.
I don't know. It's been a few times in Canada. The wildest one that really stands out to me was when I got recognized in Mexico.
That'd be crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I literally was like, "Oh my God, I got recognized while I was on vacation." That was pretty cool.
That is,
That,
yeah. That's pretty crazy.
yeah, that was really cool. So, yeah. If you ever see me, or I think you like it too. Do you like it when we were said hi to?
Oh, yeah. It was cool.
Yeah. If you see us in public, say hi. I like it. I'll hug you if you're a hugger.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to probably read the vibes that you're putting off and I will assess the situation from there. I can't be promising hugs willy-nilly out in the wild.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, this kind of goes with that because we're on the subject of content. What's the hardest part about starting social media and how to overcome that and get started?
What do you think?
For me personally, I always was interested. I saw people that I went to high school with become micro influencers, and I was jealous. I wanted it. I would never admit that, but I was always interested in it and always had this little, ooh, I wonder if I could do that. And then the reason I didn't do it is because I was just scared of judgment. I didn't want people to make fun of me. I didn't want people to be like, oh, look at her. She's trying to be an influencer. Everybody has that fear, I feel like. And then one day I just said, fuck it. These people don't matter to me. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. It actually doesn't fucking matter. What if it works out? Literally, what if it works out? It might not, but what if it does? It could change my life. It could change my family's life. So I literally just said fuck it and I started posting, and that's it.
Yeah. Kind of, I mean, same but different. I've always had the fuck it attitude. Honestly, I think I've just been irritating my friends for years and years with my content. It wasn't for the public, but it was if I had a stupid thought, I would throw it on my Instagram stories and then I would get random DMs from not even friends, but acquaintances or some people.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh my God, that's so funny. That's a funny thought. And after years and years of people being like, you should be a comedian, you should be a comedian, you should, go into comedy, I started just kind of okay, well, fuck it. I guess I can make videos. I started making videos with TikTok like everybody else. And then I just kind of let my confidence build up slowly from there. I didn't know what to post. I think the hardest part for me is even to this day, I tell you all the time, I don't know what to post. I don't know what my purpose is or what I'm supposed to be bringing to the platform. And I guess that's what makes it hard. And that's why I am still to this day uncertain of what it is that I am posting. And that's why I don't really have advice to give. I don't know, dude. Like, I just keep going. It's a crapshoot that I'm still doing it, that I'm still here. I will say though, I've always wanted a podcast. This is my true dream. This has been my long form dream. Yeah. I found podcasting as like the first form of content creation that I really thoroughly enjoyed. Like comedians talking, like not their comedy specials, just comedians shooting the shit, listening to other people's funny, just rogue conversations. It feels like home. It just feels like home. It feels like you're in a room with like your friends. And I love that. And I wanted to be a part of that space so badly. And I wanted to take up that kind of space. And so I feel really lucky that like we're finally doing this.
Same.
And like we're doing this here. But yeah, I don't have any advice for anyone because I ask Madison daily, like, should I even be making content anymore? Am I even relevant anymore? I've been shadow banned for 6 months. What is the point anymore, Madison?
Yeah, you have been shadow banned, which is that's just annoying. But I think if you want to start content, you kind of just have to get over that fear. Other people's opinion of you should not be your business. It does not affect the way you breathe, sleep, and eat. So literally push it to the side and just go for it. Literally, who cares? You're probably never going to see those people that you went to high school with. Who fucking cares what they think?
People who actually matter will say things to you. The only time people say things about you is if they aren't relevant in your life. You know, like people who are relevant in your life will come to you if they have actual concerns.
Yes.
And if people are coming to you for having actual concerns because you want to fucking post about making sourdough bread, then like they probably are looking for problems.
Yeah. That's one of those, that's on them. That's an internalized that's an internalized thing that they're dealing with and they're projecting it onto you. And look, in the beginning, I remember I told you I had to block my mom, I had to block my sister, I blocked my brother-in-law, I blocked like David's friends, his close friends. I blocked my mom's friends. I blocked anybody that I just didn't want to see me. I was talking about postpartum boobs. I was talking about the fucking stretch and fold. I was talking about, just stuff that I didn't want my brother-in-law hearing about. Like, let's not give him every detail about my postpartum body, and that made me more comfortable. So if you're worried about particular people seeing you and judging you, block them. And now these people are unblocked because now I've gained that confidence. I don't have that fear anymore. If you want to judge me, judge me. I'm literally putting out the truth. So, my truth. So if you want to judge me, judge me. But in the beginning, that was actually really helpful to block who I needed to block so that I could pursue what I wanted.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do whatever it takes to get yourself at a level that you feel comfortable at. The only other question I have is if you, like, do you have a post-gardening snack? Like, do you have a go-to post-gardening snack?
Oh, every time I do garden, which is usually with a seltzer, that's like my method of choice now, I always want cookies and milk.
Okay. I mean, that's a solid choice.
Yeah, that's my craving. I know that's your favorite dessert. Is that what you'd crave as your munchie?
In general, I'm someone who just hyperfixates on food or snacks. And so whatever the current hyperfixation is, when I'm elevated, then it just really elevates the fact that I want it. It's not like I have a go-to. It's really just like, oh, I've been making brownies lately. We have brownies lately. I'm going to eat brownies now. It's not a...
God, brownies sound so good.
They do. I have not been making brownies lately, but I just needed something to say.
Brownies sounds so good.
I'm going to give you a couple rapid fires. You just tell me yes or no, okay? Fake eyelashes.
No.
Chocolate milk.
Yes.
Real milk or alternative milk?
Real milk. I'm not fucking around with almond milk. It tastes weird.
Pads or tampons? Or
Oh,
free flowing? Or disco cup? I don't know. There's so many fucking options now.
I would love to try a cup. I've never tried one. I used to be a tampons girl, but now I'm a pad girl.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Teeth whitening.
No, I don't.
Diets.
Does norovirus count?
No. And I'm not talking about like just genuine good intuitive eating. I'm talking like actual like
Like
diets.
crash diets?
I'm not going to say crash diets. Like maybe trending diets, maybe like specific diet. Are you following any diets? Would you follow a diet? Do you believe in diets? I guess that one needs a bigger umbrella, huh? Sorry. That's not a yes or no question. I tried to make it one.
I guess my general answer would be no, because I think that like diet culture is not great. I believe in an 80-20 lifestyle. That's kind of what I try to follow to the best of my abilities.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Craft beer or garage beer? Craft beer is anything like fucking IPA anything.
Yeah. Craft beer. I like sours and stuff.
Ooh, sours are fucking delightful. Oh my God, I forgot about sours.
Yeah. I like a good sour.
I used to have a whole other life.
I know.
Truly. I worked as a brewery representation. I went out and poured sours for people. I set up the kegs, and I'm over here like, yeah, what's your favorite kind of beer? As if I've never done this before.
Bro, imagine going to a brewery. Imagine the day after spending the day at a brewery. I would quite literally die.
I'm a champ. I never got drunk out like in the wild. I was really good at holding my own.
Oh,
I know how to pace myself.
No.
I'm there for the good time. I'm there to watch you make a mess of yourself. If I'm going to get drunk, I'm going to be at home. So when I get drunk, I can pee myself in peace in the bathroom.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
I learned my lessons enough times to know that I don't need to be in public drunk.
I've gotten drunk in public many times. Many times. I was drunk in public when I met my now husband. Yeah.
I had one more, but toe socks.
Toe socks?
You know, the socks that go in between each individual toe.
When I was fucking 8. Absolutely not. Toe socks. What the fuck? I have not worn toe socks literally since elementary school, and I won't. You will never catch me in toe socks. I want my toes together in my socks.
The way I didn't even have any more left for you, I just thought of that right now.
Oh, toe socks. Like, what? Christina gardened before this episode.
I garden all the time. That's not what's doing it. I just tried to think of the funniest fucking thing I could think of, and toe socks is what came out.
Yeah, that's pretty out there. I forgot about toe socks.
I did too. I don't know why they came to surface.
I'm disappointed that I'm not gonna have anything that fucking off key. Like, I'm not gonna have anything that, you know.
That's really getting me in the giggles. I'm so sorry. It's only because, like, I don't know why that came about. I thought about toe socks, but now that I'm thinking about them, I have a friend that I went to high school with, Ryan, who has like toes that weren't like fully separated. So as a mean joke every year for his birthday, I would get him toe socks because I'm a fucking asshole.
Damn.
I know. I'm not a good friend. I am, though. He just had his baby. He just had his first baby.
That's sweet. Okay, rapid fire for you. Salty or sweet?
Salty.
Nice. Diet soda.
No.
As I drink a fucking Diet Pepsi.
Hoodies or zip-ups?
Hoodies. What about you? Hoodies. You're in a hoodie. Yeah. I like half zips.
I love a good half zip. I
like a full zip.
It made me think of it.
A full zip? No.
It doesn't feel as comfortable.
No, I'm not grabbing it. And like, especially if you don't have on a top underneath, the zipper is so cold, like on your belly and stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah, no.
Favorite candy?
Favorite candy?
I don't know anymore.
Favorite chocolate bar?
Reese's.
Reese's?
What about yours? Yeah. That counts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, probably Reese's, but specifically holiday Reese's. Like The
Like a
Easter egg
Christmas tree.
Reese's, Christmas tree Reese's.
The
God,
peanut
the
butter ratio.
pumpkin. Yeah, it's perfect.
And it's not the same as a big cup because a big cup has extra chocolate and it's too much chocolate. I want
Agreed.
the thin layer, but extra peanut butter nougat.
Agreed.
Mm. What
Um,
about like non-chocolate bar candy? Do you have a favorite one of those? I like those Nerds clusters. Those are
Nerd
good.
clusters are elite. Elite. I like gummy bears, nerd clusters, Sour Patch Kids,
Sour straws.
sour
Oof. The
straws.
sour punch straws, those slap.
Those are really good. Yeah. Red Dye 40.
What about it?
Like, do you are
Oh, homegirl, I drink a red rock star anytime it's offered to me. I don't.
like, so
I
are you
think that
buying?
answers that question.
Yeah, buying new or secondhand?
Secondhand where I can.
Same. Cold weather or hot weather?
Hot.
Same. Fucking hate the cold weather. Piss me off.
Should we just move on to our advice for the week?
Yeah, if I have some. How do you deal with kid meal times, specifically dinner? Dinner is the bane of my existence. That's what I say to that. I don't have any fucking advice.
How do we go about dinner? Fucking no, I just put food down and I hope everyone eats it.
And they don't.
Here's the thing. I am just supposed to make sure there's food provided for these people. Whether or not they like it and whether or not they eat it is out of my control. And the more I just realize that, the better my day goes. Because the more I try to please these people and the more I try to get everybody to eat everything all the time, the more insane I feel.
Yeah, I hate dinner time, bro. I fucking hate dinner. I hate having to come up with what to cook for dinner.
I hate having to parent during dinner time. Like
Oh my
I'm
god.
tired. It's been a long day and I just want to eat this fucking meal that I didn't even want to make. I didn't
Literally,
want to
just
make
eat.
it, but now it's made. And can everyone shut the hell up and sit here and eat it and tell me I'm beautiful for making it? God damn it. If it's anything less than that, I don't want it. And most of the time it's less than that. And so we're just fucking getting through it. I don't know.
I'm sorry that we don't have
Like,
advice. We don't have advice other than you're not alone. And dinner time sucks for every fucking parent. And for the ones that say it don't, they're lying. Don't believe them. They are not to be trusted. Okay? Dinner time fucking sucks everywhere. I don't
here's the
care.
thing is the second my kid wakes up from her nap, she just kind of wants snacks until bedtime. That's
Hmm.
all it is. And I have to navigate when I'm allowed to give her a snack so that she does eat some dinner, but also I'm not starving her because she hasn't eaten since,
You know
before
what?
the nap.
I actually do have advice, but it's not my advice. It's from Kelsey P. She is one of my favorite creators. She's fucking hilarious. And she feeds her kids dinner when they wake up from their nap. So
Yeah.
she has dinner cooked and ready to go. She doesn't eat. She's going to eat later with her husband. But her kids eat dinner right when they wake up so that they're getting some sort of nutritious meal and not fucking goldfish. And then if they want a snack later on at night, instead of them getting their dinner, which they already ate, then they can have the snacks that they want.
Yeah. I've heard a lot
Genius.
of people do that. I think
Yeah.
though that the only thing that steers people away from that is the fact that you are still cooking two separate dinners.
Yeah.
And most people that's not relatable. So for
Yeah,
the
it's
people
hard.
that are like us who are just like I'm not going to cook a separate meal earlier and I'm not going to reheat my food so that my kid can have fresh food when she wakes up from her nap. Like that's just for me that's a fucking hard line. I'm not doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dinner is just a fuck fest. And you know what? One thing that saved me is buying frozen veggies from Costco. I'll at least make them and serve them to my kids, and if they don't eat them, then that's I tried.
honestly, yeah.
I tried.
Same with
Whatever.
me. I just every night we just plate the food. My rule is like you have to try it all. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it, but you have to
Yep.
at least try it.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Don't
it.
stress. Don't stress over it because I mean I know you're going to because we all do, but just know you're not alone. I guess that's the advice.
Do you feel like you know me better after this?
Do
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
none of these answers came to a shock to me.
Here's the thing. We are freakishly connected. Like y'all need to know that we will not, it'll be a random Tuesday, okay? And we haven't voice chatted each other yet. And then boom, we do it at the same time. How many times does that happen?
Almost every time we realize that it has been too long, it is the exact same time, which is weird.
So weird.
Every time it's like, why is it struggling to go through right now? And it's like, oh, because Madison's trying to get hers through because whatever's happening, the universe said, hey, you guys aren't talking.
So that's how you know we're best friends. So maybe
it's
y'all
like
learned.
The string. Somebody was tugging on the string and both of our little like cans were dingling.
The invisible
and that's
string.
How it feels.
Yeah. So maybe we didn't learn anything new or surprising about each other, but maybe the people did.
We can only hope, and if not, they will tell us, I'm sure, at some point in feedback. So,
as always, thank you for being here.
And it's not that serious.
It's not that serious. All right.
And on that note, adios.
We will see you next week.